Hey guys, it's Cynthia the Fishing Mommy, and I have a special guest here with me today.
Hello.
This is Aiden, and we're going to do something really fun. I got my Monster Bass Lunkerhunt Takeover box, which is the July 2020 box. We have the Northeast one, and so again, this is all Lunkerhunt baits, and I thought, you know what, I bet these are going to be really interesting and unique baits, so we're going to do a kids react. Kids, well, one kid. Aiden is going to do a reaction to all of these Lunkerhunt baits that are in the Monster Bass box, and hopefully this will be a lot of fun and interesting. So here we go. This is my first takeover box that I've gotten from Monster Bass, and I'm really excited about it. So we have a really nice paper here that shows all the different kinds of Lunkerhunt baits you might have gotten. Hard baits, frogs, things like that, and some really kind of crazy stuff as well. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to pull out of here is a crankbait. So this is the Jolt 2.5F, and what does this say? Floating tight wobble.
Tight wobble, 1/3 of an ounce, 2 to 1/8 of it length.
2 1/8 length, yeah. And it dives 2.5 feet.
Oh, so it has a lip?
Yeah, it has. Very good, very good. So it has that lip right there.
Yeah.
And it has this color. Do you remember what this colorway is called?
Like chartreuse.
Well, chartreuse is the green color here on the stripe.
Fancy sounding color, so I just decided to use that one.
They're calling it
sassy.
Sassy. But a lot of people call this sexy shad. Sexy, sassy. So that is the first bait. This looks awesome. I'm definitely going to throw this. It's perfect for our location here because we fish a lot of ponds. So 2.5 feet, awesome bait. So right off the bat, this little impact, I'm thrilled about it. Definitely will get some use. Next up, we have, what is that?
A weird frog.
A weird frog. This is a Lunkerhunt popping frog.
I wonder how that frog's like picture day in high school went.
Probably pretty weird. So this is a popping frog. You can see the red popping lip. It's got a black dot under the chin, which is, I think, actually pretty interesting. Really beautiful blue color. I don't really have any idea if there are blue frogs in nature, but what really counts, honestly, is the underside, and that is the nice pearl color with a little bit of yellow blush and that black dot. Maybe this is meant to imitate a shad, a wounded shad. I'm not really sure. But what do you think about this, a blue frog?
I don't really know what to say. It's the underside that does matter, and if the underside is attempting to catch the fish's eye, I think it did a pretty good job. If it were attempting to imitate something as if like a frog, that's one weird frog that has spikes coming out. But I don't think fish care.
That's fair enough, fair enough. And this is a popping frog.
So he jumps.
It pops like a popper.
Yeah.
You remember how you pop and this lip will throw water as you pop it. It'll go bloop bloop bloop, and look what his legs do. His legs sort of hop in the water.
Oh, I feel like I've seen you use one of those at Leonard.
Yes, you have. So Lunkerhunt popping frog, very cool. I'm sort of avoiding one of the really crazy ones, but this one's pretty crazy too. This is a Yappa series, which
Another
is
frog.
It's kind of a frog. It is.
Oh, wow. That's no frog.
What do you think that is?
Oh, it looks like a cockroach.
I think it is.
That's something.
Lunkerhunt Yappa bug. I think it is a cockroach. If you guys aren't familiar with the Yappa series, they have this lip on the front that is almost like a jitterbug, but it's a rubber jitterbug. It's a soft rubber jitterbug. Want to feel that? Well, not that. Here. I didn't want you grabbing hooks.
Really creepy, but
it is creepy. Look at it. It's a huge bug.
If I were a 5.5 pound fish, I would have looked at that and went, yummy.
It looks, really, it does look like a gigantic cockroach with the yappa bill. When you pop this, it's gonna, remember the jitterbug lures that had the little metal thing like this? It has a similar action to that. I've never used one of these before. I have used jitterbugs, but I've never used this. This is pretty interesting. It's also kind of gross looking. Do you think it's gross looking?
Oh, that's. If you saw that thing creeping around the bottom of your shower floor.
Yeah, it is called the.
Oh, the roach. Oh, it's strong.
Yeah, that's kind of disgusting, but you know what? I bet a huge bass would eat that. Speaking of disgusting.
Oh, no. Oh.
The Lunkerhunt Phantom Spider. Look at that thing.
As much as I love spiders and how helpful they are to the ecosystem, that's creepy.
It is so creepy. This was the iCast Best Soft Lure winner in 2019, actually. I don't actually know what the criteria are for judging that. I don't know if it is inventiveness or fish catchingness or what.
Or does this bait catch the eye of more fishermen than it does fish?
That is a very common refrain. People say that a lot. You might be right. I don't really know. I am interested in throwing this, and I'll tell you something that I actually really like about this bait. Look how much smaller and more compact the hooks are. They're frog-like hooks, but they're really close to each other. And I really like that because we don't have 10-pound fish here where we live. This smaller
hooks, they're compact and they're close by to the...
Yeah, these more compact hooks seem like more fish would be able to get that into their mouth. I really like the way these hooks are. And also, actually, as I'm playing with this, God, it's really realistic. It even looks really realistic underneath.
It really does.
You're creeped out?
No. I'll hold them.
It's kind of gross, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be his eyes? These things.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if he gave me consent to touch his eyes.
This is a really interesting lure. I'm looking forward to throwing it, and it'll be super interesting to see what I can catch on this, if anything. Honestly, I'm not the best at topwaters, to be really honest, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have success with this Phantom Spider, but I'm sure going to have a lot of fun throwing it.
Do fish have like more of an attraction to arthropods or something? Because we just had the bug and now the spider.
I don't know. Spiders are actually arachnids, but that's a good question. That's a good question. I think that fish, the real answer to your question is that fish, especially in heavily pressured areas, are more likely to bite on something that is novel to them, that they haven't seen a lot of before. So that
how it tastes.
Right. Or, you know, that I'm pretty sure that's not a lure because I've never seen that thing before, you know? I don't really know. It'll be interesting to try it and find out.
I mean, how much would a fish really take into consideration before biting on a thing that looks like food?
Not much. Fish aren't particularly smart. Now, we have another really cool thing. This is called the Lunkerhunt Salted Core Descend Salamander. And it kind of just looks like a curl-tail worm, but a big curl-tail worm that is red and white. It does come with some hooks. It comes with 4 wide gap hooks. And I think these are actually weighted. So it's almost like a pre-rigged, pre-weighted worm. Very interesting lure. I'm pretty sure this is going to get bit. I might actually even throw this in salt water. Very interesting. I really like this. Lunkerhunt Descend Salamander. Not sure why they call it a salamander because I don't see that it has legs, but it might. You see any legs in there? Okay, so the shape of this, I guess kind of looks like a salamander with his arms tucked and then his long tail. Yeah, like an axolotl.
That's so cute.
With this red almost tube in there. It is quite heavy for a soft plastic. This will be a really interesting one to throw. Next up, we have something that I've never fished with before, and I'm going to have to actually look up what to do with these. These are leeches. This is the Lunkerhunt Leech 5-inch in a color called Meat Locker. Kind of almost a green pumpkin color with some various flakes in there. This is the Lunkerhunt Leech. By the way, I have to say, so far, we still have 1 or 2 more baits left, and we have 1 bait and 1 piece of terminal tackle left. I have to say, so far, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty impressed with this box. I think these are all really unique lures. They're going to be a lot of fun to try, and if we catch fish on something like this, it's probably going to be a really big fish. I mean, what do you think?
I have a pretty small frame of reference, but because I only use worms. But yeah, this is not something I'd see running into every single day if I go fishing. These are like unique lures, and it makes people excited to try them out because it's not something that's so commonly tried out, where you can kind of just like discover your own new thing.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. You also fish jigs, by the way.
Yeah.
The last bait in here is the Lunkerhunt Swim Bento. These are basically like a paddle tail, a smooth paddle tail with a nice big eye, also called Sassy Shad. And these look great. They have some rigging instructions on the back. They're suggesting you Texas rig it, or you can put it on a jig head. So this is a great looking bait. I would definitely fish this on a jig head. See that? The paddle tail?
Yeah.
And again, I think this looks amazing for saltwater. Little hint there of something coming up. Last but really not least is some Daiichi hooks.
Why are they red?
Well, that's a red hook. Some people think that it simulates like a bleeding bait fish, and that will cause a fish to bite. I'm not really sure if I believe in that, but this looks like just sort of a multi-pack of assorted hooks. Probably going to be useful to have. It's nice. They're EWG hooks. It looks like a 2/0, 3/0, and 4/0 maybe in here. So it's a 3-pack. And that is it for the Lunkerhunt box. The only other things that we have in here are the 20% off Lunkerhunt online store, which is actually pretty awesome. And then there is a Lunkerhunt newsletter giveaway card in this box. So again, pretty cool. There's a Lunkerhunt sticker. Very cool. I like that one. It's neat, huh? And then there is a Monster Bass sticker as well, which is a very cool Monster Bass sticker this month. And that is it in our box. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Your reactions were really fun. What was your favorite bait out of all of these?
Sexy Chad.
Really?
I said Chad. Shad.
Sexy Shad was your favorite?
Yeah.
The crankbait? Are you going to want to throw this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? All right. Well, hopefully we will get back to you guys pretty soon with Aiden's fish that he caught on this Sassy Shad Lunkerhunt lure. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and we will catch you later.
Wow.